Hello, I'm Amanda Cuffy from Manchester, and on today's Light Lunch we've got George Hamilton, the stars of Drop the Dead Donkey, and Matthew Marsden.
Cue the titles, Ian.
Half an hour of material. God bless the audience.
Good evening, I'm Max Wall.
And guten Abend, I am Deirdre Rashid. Welcome to Late Lunch, the show that stands on its hind legs and kicks like a mutant mule.
And then falls flat on its face.
Right, that gag. Flat as a pancake.
Good. Today's guests are three award-winning actors from the award-winning show that deserves an award for the number of awards it's won. Yes, it's the award-winning stars of the top topical news comedy Drop the Dead Donkey.
Yes!
Amanda, you did well.
Would you believe it? There is more. We're also going to be joined by one of my all-time soap heroes.
Patricia Butcher.
Not Patricia. To use her full title. You're close, but you're about also that far away. Now,
OK.
Take away the 3-stone weight of Diamante earrings, take away the fag, the peroxide barnet, the continual calls of rookie, rookie. Add about a foot, keep her rugged good looks, and add a singing career. You've very much got former curry hunk Matthew Marsden. Oh, I tell you what.
Beautiful.
It is a bargain bouquet today, because that's not all. In the kitchen today is a man who said of himself, "No one's been in the sun more than I have."
Wow. You mean Ron Davis is cooking?
I see where you're coming from, pun-wise, but no. That's just silly. This is a man for whom life is a beach, quite literally. In fact, he's the only man who can make the orange one, Judith Chalmers, look pale. It's George Hamilton!
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed. The future's bright, the future's George Hamilton. Yeah. And do you know, Sue, George is from Hollywood.
Is he really? Hi.
I'm Barbie de Melville.
Hi, I'm Pixie Buffet, and welcome to Hollywood, 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 where the gossip is so freshly laid, it's still steaming.
Who's in, who's out,
Who's shaking it all about,
and who's doing the hokey-cokey.
First up, cool Britannia. Ever since limey hard man Vinnie Jones kick-started the trend, Tinseltown is being overrun by crazy Brit soccer players waiting to be in the movies.
That's right. Manchester's favourite striker was an absolute hit in Saving Private Ryan Giggs.
Manchester! I don't know that. and wacky fat boy Gazzer is scheduled to star in the sequel to John Woo's Face Off, entitled Off Your Face.
Awesome. Personally, I can't wait to see the whole England team in Children of a Lesser Hod.
Beautiful. And they've even infiltrated the... Thank you, sir. You have a warped mind. Infiltrated the James Bond films in Never Say Never Again.
Well, thank God that's all from Hollywood, 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 Hollywood.
Paper over the cracks and seamlessly move on.
Maxwell trousies. So, if you
I'm trying to be young.
If you want to call and ask George Hamilton if he's ever worn a shell suit.
Or Matthew Marsden, if he's free for a fish supper at your place on Saturday.
Then call us do, on 09904 lunch. If you have an alphabetical phone, that's 099045...
News just in.
86.
Doll's House Party axed after 3 shows.
24.
Ha ha ha, I've turned into Michael Winner. Hello. I'm Michael Winner. Terrible. Or you could fax us with complaints about my acting and my accents on 09902 lunch if you have an alphabetised fax. If you don't worry, it's just 099025.
I've had a terrible lapse of judgment.
And a terrible lapse of accent, I think. 86.
I wish I'd never called Gary Barlow a...
24.
What I meant to call him was a...
It's like, George, no, you've ruined the illusion. If you take the mask
George
away...
was here.
They believed in that.
George was
It was
here.
like Terminator 2.
Now he's gone.
The effects have been rumbled. You could just email us if you like at www.channel4.com if you're that way inclined. Now, moving on, today's band have been faking it all over, I should know, in a pathetically misguided attempt to possess Jorge Hamilton, or even to impress him. They can press him if they like. That's for later off the show because it's a family show.
Good.
There's Steve, who was always orange up until this point, and then it's just white. Matt, I have one eyebrow running across my forehead. Dylan, drumsticks, and Daniel. It's Brotherhood of Tan. Band. Rock is dead, celebrate it. Today's celebrity chef is a gentleman in the sitting room, he's a lover in the bedroom, and a cook in the kitchen. Or is that a gentleman in the sitting room, a lover in the kitchen, and a cook in the bedroom? It doesn't matter, because he can entertain me, ding, anywhere. Please welcome George Hamilton! You have the moves, George.
I'm my bad self. I feel
You're bad, man.
I'm my bad
You're
self.
bad, man. You're rocking tonight.
You got me running. You got me hiding. You got me run, hide, run. Any way you wanna let it roll. Yeah. You got me doing what you want. Baby, what you wanna let roll.
This show has seamlessly turned into Top of the Pops 3. Celebrities sing stuff.
I did this the other night. I sang on a show which I should never have done.
Why not?
On Noel's show.
Noel's show.
Yes, Noel's show. And they had me sing at the end. I was just dreadful.
Oh, mate, I'm dreadful every week.
No,
Come
I was
on,
just dreadful, and I was hoping that they knew that song. It was sort of a hip song back in '38.
They played along nicely. They lied to you, they clapped, they gave good face. It was all good. Now, what are you cooking for us today, my
Well,
lovely?
it's very difficult. I do this for everyone at home, just a simple little thing called Bananas Foster.
Okay.
So, to do Bananas Foster, first
Shall I
you
show
need
the
a
menu
pan.
board very quickly?
Yes, please
today,
show the menu board. Banana Foster.
Banana Foster.
Right, you place
And if
this
you'd
on.
like to foster a banana, please call the fruit helpline on 9009-112233. Calls could cost no more than 4 strawberries a minute. And remember, a melon is for life, not just for Christmas. I should know. I've been working with one for 10 years.
Yes, that-
Right.
Now,
George, you've started
I
already.
put a little butter in it. I just put a little butter. See, you want to get your butter warm, so to speak. And then you put a little sugar. I put a little, too much sugar, but put a little sugar in there. See, now you get the butter and the sugar melting together. Put a little more butter in there.
George, are you wearing chivalry for men?
Well, how'd you know? How'd you actually know? That's a shameless plug for my cologne. But
It's
it is
very good cologne. It's excellent.
So now that's going to melt down, and in a few minutes you're going to have a nice little sort of savoring, buttery, sort of
Sugary,
melting, sugary
butter and sugar thing.
Yeah, sort of hot buttered soul. You understand what
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean?
with you.
You understand where I'm coming from?
I'm in with the kids, I do, yes.
understand, yeah, I hear you.
Now, I want to ask you, you're a bit of a health nut, so how come butter is in the equation and sugar and
Well,
stuff?
I live on the 80-20 rule. I think 80% of the time you should do what's right for you, and 20% you should just get
Yeah, you're so right. I've got that the wrong way round. I'm doing it. The AT is the getting whatever. Now, you always carry vitamins with you. Is that true?
Well, I'm not carrying them right now, but I do have them with me most of the time, and I take them all the time. I've had some rather bad runs with vitamins. You call them vitamins.
I didn't know that was a side effect, but... What do you do? Work with, not against, George. Come back into the fold.
No, here's what happened. Actually, I was hunting with a very important man, and he said, you know, here, take these 22 shells, you know, for cartridges for the gun in case you need to kill off the animal. And I thought, oh, my God, I don't want to kill any animals. I don't even want to think of that. So I went out hunting with the man. And, of course, we stopped somewhere along the way. I had a little brandy, so I took the brandy, had about 17 vitamin pills in my pocket, put them in my mouth, swallowed the brandy down, and thought, whoa, something went sideways. Then I thought, wait a minute. I felt the other pocket, and I realized I'd taken 22 shells and swallowed the bullets. So
did they go, did they go through you like a shot, or...?
No, but when I leaned over to pet the cat, I shot the canary.
Yeah, like, ding. Now, you're a bit of a ladies' man, George. I know that.
Who said that?
Well, you know, it's known of you. How many ladies have you known?
Well, I've known a lot of ladies, and some that are not ladies, but most of the time I've had a pretty good time. I mean, I've been a gentleman. I haven't been able to do what you think I've done. All that I'd be in Harvard Medical School if it was. Truth of the matter is, I've dated a lot of women. That doesn't mean I.
Did you date them and know them at the same time?
Well, I got to know them.
Do you know on the first date, or?
Well, it took me, you know, no, yes.
Are there any of that mix that you wish you hadn't known?
No, actually, every woman that I've ever gone out with, seriously gone out with, has ended up my friend.
That's a nice way to play it.
Including my ex-wife. We are best of friends. And I think if you have honest respect for someone, and I've never lied to a woman. I will not lie. I will not lie. If I don't want to be with a woman, I won't be with her. If I'm with her, I won't cheat on her. And
good man.
And that's the way it is. But I also don't have intention to get married again. I was married. I have a wonderful son, 24 years old.
Yeah, Ashley.
And I still have the stretch marks from giving birth there. And I don't really want to do
Must
that.
be all those vitamins. And you're doing a show with your ex-wife, in fact, for Granada Breeze.
I did. Well, no, I did it called the George and Alana Show in L.A. And that went on. And by the way, she's coming over here, and the joke is she doesn't really realize that she thinks she's coming to London to see all her friends, and she's just going to be on the show. But I've invited her to come to Manchester.
Manchester is cool.
Yes.
Well, would you know it? George has said very publicly that he would, rather than stay in a hotel, he'd like to be put up by a Mancunian to experience life as a Mancunian does. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I felt that it would be a good idea to really get to know the people. And everyone stays in a hotel, and they ask you, what was it like to be in Manchester? I wouldn't know if I don't go out in the streets and go to a few of the places and pubs and what. So if there's anybody who would really like to invite me to stay with them, I'd love to do it.
Well, is anyone here from Manchester in the audience?
These people are all from Manchester? That one over there?
Who's from Manchester?
What the?
Let's talk to some of them.
What the? Is this 100% Manchester audience?
Yeah!
Sorted. Mad for it. Everybody here in the audience wants to have George to stay, don't they? Yeah! Everybody here. So, what? Come on, George. Somebody's wearing chivalry in the audience. I can smell it. Is it you, madam?
No.
OK. So what we asked is everyone brought something from their house to try and persuade George that they should be the house to basically stay in from Manchester. Yes. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Are you?
I'm very Mancunian.
Are you Becky Thump?
No, I'm E-Bagum.
E-Bygum. OK. So what have you brought with you to persuade George?
As you can see...
Very, very strong.
Please, please.
Hamilton's
We have
hamper.
Hamilton's hamper to entice George to our fine city.
Ah.
Because we're mad for it and everything's sorted.
OK.
So we'll lift the lid. Oh! What a surprise.
Oh. Let's have a look. What do we got? We've got a hottie botty.
Yes.
Hottie botty.
It's quite cold and it rains on occasion.
Right.
So,
Eccles cake.
Yeah,
Got
Eccles cake.
some booze.
Well, the cream of Manchester.
Right, let's
Not
put that
show you
away.
that,
Show that, don't show that. We've got some CDs.
A Lowry.
Matchsticks, man.
Matchstick,
Yes,
that's
lovely.
the one.
Okay.
Some little rubber ducks for his bath when he's in the tin
Can
bath.
I get a word in edgeways?
Yeah, that'd be
Can
nice
I
for
just
the
get a
bath,
word in
yeah,
edgeways?
exactly.
Have you got any house rules then?
Yes, I do.
What?
Bath night's a Friday.
Right, okay.
Tin bath in front of the fire.
Okay.
But he'd have to wash his own towels if it rubs off.
If what rubs off?
His face. And I have a real...
If, for example, Princess Sorrel, whatever her name is, Soraya, if Princess Soraya comes, sorry to put my arm around you,
You're
chummy,
right.
but there you
Let's
go.
be friendly.
Okay, let's be friendly. If Princess Soraya were to come, would she be allowed in the room as well?
No.
This is it.
No, I don't
Oh,
want any
really?
hanky-panky under my roof.
Oh,
No, if I don't get it, he's not having it.
Very, very good.
And
I'm
another-
leaving you now. You've had enough
No,
time on the air. Okay, quick.
Quick, because I have to say hello to Drinkwater Warriors, because a lot of you
Okay,
watching.
Drinkwater Warriors.
Thank you.
Okay, just keep quiet now. Just I've got to talk to these girls here. Girls, what have you brought for George?
We've got something very special for George.
What have you brought?
This is going to tempt George to our house.
Show and tell. They have brought a Nicoline, and I've brought mine as well. There it is. It's a visible one. No, thanks very much, girls. Have you got any house rules? You
We
want to
have
tell
house
George?
rules.
Right.
George, you can't leave the toilet seat up after peeing and pooing.
No. Okay. Fair enough.
Put it down.
Okay.
And put £1 in the kitty on Monday.
Okay. Lovely. Lovely. Now, what about hello there? Hello. You... Did you see that again? And now she's going to say, oh yeah, it was just the seat. Yes. What have you brought with you for George?
I brought him a plunger because we've got a bit of a drainage problem.
Oh, bless. No, well, can't you sort it out yourself?
No, I need him to plunge for me while I hold the overflow.
Okay. Any house rules? Any house
He's
rules?
got to bring his own tanning table and he's got to get his own electric for it.
Oh. And will you have an electricity key?
We
Or
have
will you allow
cards
him
in my house,
electricity?
cards from the shop down the road.
Okay. Quite strict house owners here. My chair's going as well. Sorry about that. Right. Now, so George, Northern hospitality is alive and very much kicking in the audience. Anybody in particular take your fancy, George?
What did you reckon, George? The lady with the large plunger? The lady who said you could only go to the toilet once a week? Or there was a third lady, I can't remember. She talked a lot, though. She was excellent.
They're
And I like
very,
the cap.
very stringent rules, though. They don't. We don't have that. We don't have that plunger rule in the United States.
Oh, it's
But
what made British people British. That's the
Yeah, but I
plunger.
understand the toilet top situation. I would go along with that in a minute. Yes, ma'am. You in the audience.
She's only got bunk beds.
I've only got bunk beds. Are you any good on heights?
Do you go top or bottom?
You mean
Top or bottom for you, George?
Well, you're talking about the beds.
Yes.
Oh well, then I'll climb up to the top. It's all right. Yeah, I have no problem there.
That's cool.
But if it's a cold night, if I wanted to come down, could I come down?
I don't think so. Can't have him mooching around my house, can I?
She is very strict. She said she can't have you mooching round her house.
I mean, it's getting to a point.
Mooching's a special term we use. We're going to get on with the cooking now. We're going to see what you've done. You put some nanas in there.
Well, I put the bananas in. You see what I did here? Is you see how it's bubbling away there?
Yeah, that's
the
looking good.
bananas now need to cook just a little bit, not a lot, because then we need to soften up a bit. And you see how caramelized that's becoming?
That's
It's wonderful.
beautiful.
Now you don't want to get it too hot so it burns. But what's nice is it gets a little bit brown and a little bit sugary.
A little bit moist.
And a little bit moist.
Yeah.
You got it. And then I turn them just a little bit so that they get it on all sides like that. And before you know it, you've got something that's fabulous here.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but you're going to add one more ingredient in a minute, and we'll do that after you come back. You're just going to see it's going to be fabulous.
Now I want to talk about your clothes because you are immaculately turned out. Look at this. Now this is a perfect look here.
Well, but you know, my son says to me I should be wearing those, what do you call cargo? Not cargo pants, but you call them
Cargo pants, yeah.
No, yeah, they're cargo pants, but you call them what?
Pedal pushers?
No, they're like combat pants.
Oh, combat
Yeah, he
trousers.
said I
yeah.
should wear that, and I have my hair spiked, and that I should wear. You know, he's telling me all this stuff I should
Why
do.
not?
You think I should
We can
do
do
it?
it. Come back and we'll do a makeover.
I'll do it. I'd love to do a
We'll
makeover
get you looking
here.
like something out of Boys to Men within 10 minutes, I can imagine.
But I think there's something about that's awfully trying. I kind of like looking like I'm slightly out. I stood once between Elton John and Rod Stewart in a suit, and Elton John, you know, he was in these shoes about that high.
Yeah.
And Rod was wearing some sort of attractive spandex pants. And my ex-wife said to me, I was wearing a suit, she said, look how hopelessly out of date you are.
But it's stylish. It's forever.
Yes, but the thing...
Suit is,
well,
you know...
she found out soon enough. 10 years later, I pulled the picture out. I said, Elvis is a little out of date if you look at his outfit. I said, look at Elton here. He's on platform shoes. He could kill himself by throwing himself off.
Yeah.
And Rod's got this man. I said, who is hopelessly out of date?
Yeah.
So the suit endures. Somehow it endures.
It endures.
I mean, it's classic. All right. Now
Will you flame it for me? Will you do a flaming
beg your
moment?
pardon?
Will you flame the Ninos for me?
Flame the... Yes, now, this is something quite dangerous, you know.
Okay.
It's like working
So is
the
this
high
a
wire.
face over or not
No,
face over?
don't get over there,
Not
Donnie.
face
No,
over.
stand back there with the fire extinguisher. Welcome to Guy Fawkes Day. Now watch this. I think this is the way to do it. All right, now watch, now watch. Now watch. See how that works? Huh?
No.
Now look how that... It's beautiful, isn't it? Huh? And that is really fabulous. You're going to love this.
That is cool.
Oh, no, you're joking, but you're going to see how fabulous it is. You won't be able to resist
You
this.
can't see the flame probably down the thing, but it's just licking all around here.
It is, it is. Now look at that.
I want to talk about the sort of orange hue of that, the brown richness. Reminds me very much of my next question, which is the tanning obsession.
Yes?
It's the... When did the tanning start?
Well, I was 16 years old, and I went to Florida, and I was actually sort of a school clown. I was very white, and I had a crew cut, what we call a crew cut, flat top. And I went to Florida, and I got this tan. All of a sudden, it was the first time a girl ever hit on me. I mean, you know, she came up and asked me for a date, and I thought, must be the tan. Because I'd been out in the tan,
Sure,
getting tan. And I could never let go of that tan. It's like a crutch to me. I go to Tanning Anonymous. Yeah, I'm
Well, you started to compare colours.
Yeah, I'm recovering.
I'm George Hamilton, I'm a recovering tan addict.
I'm recovering. Yeah, exactly. Keep coming back, it works. So I'm doing the best I can with it. Oh, look at this. Isn't this
You've
fabulous?
kept it up marvellously over the years, if I may say.
The tan?
Yeah. You old fox.
Well, the truth of the matter is that I actually do top up the tan. And it was in my contract for a while that if I was doing a picture in England, I would be able to go to, say, North Africa for the weekend if it was sunny. And I did that over the years. Now it's
ingrained now.
Well, now they won't allow me to do that. I don't get that kind of... I got one of the best things happening to me today. When I came on your show, and they don't know this, they massaged and actually gave me a manicure. Now, downstairs, I'm doing a show for Granada Breeze, and they're very nice people, but, you know, nothing. I don't even get a paper bag to take my lunch home in.
We can do that for you. Georgia, what I want you to do, you're any wayward ladies in the break now that we're taking, might be switching channels, might be viewing a few extra things, making a cup of tea. I'd like to trail the rest of the show on this camera here in your insatiably irresistible come-to-bed type way, OK?
Oh, you mean sort of like acting?
Oh, sort of like you. Go on.
I have to wear the glasses.
OK.
Hello, ladies. I'm TV's George Hamilton. Now, you're not going to go away and leave little Georgie on his lonesome, are you? Why not go and slip into something more comfortable and then come back for more of me and the stars of Drop the Dead Donkey. Missing you already, Sugar Lips. See you in 3.
I love your band. Beautiful. Oh. Welcome back to Late Lunch on a day when Prince Charles admitted that, like most public school boys, he used to enjoy the occasional fag.
Before I go back, easy tigers, before I go back to the kitchen to lap up ladies' man George Hamilton, it's time to prise open the can that is the news and tease out that topical worm.
It's official. Bra makers... That was very, very newsreader. Sorry about
It's
that.
official. It was
It's
Bora.
official. Bra makers...
I'm Master Stewart.
I'm Nicholas Owen. Bra makers Triumph have confirmed that British women are the most well-endowed women in the world.
Yes, they are. Stop doing that with your kahunas. Figures are slightly unreliable, as obviously the average was pushed up by Vanessa Feltz.
Weather forecaster Suzanne Charlton has just given birth to a bouncing baby boy. The midwife said she can expect him to be wet and windy with occasional dry spells.
And good news at last for Bill Clinton. In the midterm elections, his Democratic Party have done better than anyone expected and held their own. From now on, let's hope the president will do likewise. I turned into Ronnie Corbett.
Sue, where's our lunch?
By George, he's got it. Hello.
It's about right, darling. I'm glad you're home from the office. Everything's well.
Oh, thank you. Do you have my things ready for me?
Yes, I have your things
That's it,
ready
my
for
special
you.
things.
All right, now watch this. Now,
Oh, this is a treat.
now I've got all the bananas I put over here, right?
Yeah, the
Now,
caramelised.
I'm going to put the ice cream now. Look at this wonderful ice cream, right?
It's
I'm
fantastic.
going to place that there. Place another one here, right? Place another one here. These breast implants are not working. Now, I put it right there. Now I'm going to try putting a little of this. You're going to like
Little
this.
sauce.
It's like a
I'm
flambe. Don't back off.
No.
Now watch this.
Staying
Little
close. It's
sauce,
the
little
chivalry's
sauce.
drawing me in.
Oh. Now, here we go. Now watch it. Just a bit of chocolate sprinkle.
As you're dressing, can I ask you about your famous trunk? your legendary trunk.
Yes, yes. I actually, well, you know, I travel a lot. And, you know, people, you know, born in the trunk, travel, and that stuff. I went out and found the inners of an old, great traveling trunk from the 1920s. And then I went to my son's, where he has his guitars done, and you know how they make those cases? And I said, can you make this all made out of, so it's indestructible, so you cannot break anything?
Yeah.
He said, yes. So I put the innards in this amazing case, has it measured for the car, put in 4 suits, put in a bar, put in a TV, put in a steamer, put in the music, hung the suits, the shirts, everything, and now it even has a little table. It
It's like a
falls down.
TARDIS. It's just...
And this little table, you can sit there and write. You have everything in it, and it has the music, and I pour my martini, and I...
Is it true that you have a medical kit which technically allows you to perform breast implants?
Well,
That is
no,
true.
I've removed a few. I actually paid for a few. I paid for 6.5.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah,
Why
one went
only
wrong.
half?
One of them went wrong.
OK, we won't dwell on the one that went wrong, says Sue doing that in a
no,
rather
but
crass way. Well done, Sue. So sensitive.
It preceded my involvement.
Right.
But I thought I'd be generous, and so the young lady needed to have that one corrected, and I
Needed a
chipped
hoik.
in, so
You
to speak.
chipped in, yeah. I want to ask one very quick thing. You say that women are like Stradivariuses. You just need to learn how to play them. I'm like a Fisher-Price My First Violin. How would you play me?
Well, I mean, I'd fiddle a bit.
OK. Story of my life, George. That'll do me. All I want to ask you, George, we've seen a lot of beautiful Mancunians today. Which one would you like to spend your lunch break with?
Well,
Your late lunch?
it's hard for... Could I go and sit up there and talk to him, maybe, get to know
sure,
him?
yeah.
I don't want to just say yes to... You know, I can't... It's just another easy, pretty, you know, yes. But it takes a little while. I want a little foreplay.
Your team needs a bit of romance. Come on, it's not just looks.
Really?
OK.
Now, this is
we're gonna
ready
get you
now.
in
I
there.
want you to know about that. That's all ready. I just want you to know that it's done, and I did it.
You did it
Yeah.
live on national television.
Exactly.
George, round of applause. George Hamilton! George is now going to go off and have lunch with all his new friends in the audience. And he's going to join us later, I hope, for Manchester's very traditional sport, cheese bowls. Very popular in Manchester. Band, are you hungry? Yes! Audience, are you hungry? Real-life hunk newsreader, are you hungry for my love?
Hungry? Sue, I'm starving.
Result! Then let's eat some bananas!
And now to introduce our guests from the show that is so topical the script is still hot when the actors read it, is an intro written literally seconds ago.
Here it is.
Thank you very, very much, Sue. That's brilliant. That's very funny. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the stars of Drop the Dead Donkey, Jeff Rawle, Victoria Wicks and Stephen Tompkinson! lads. Welcome.
Thank you, it's grand to be
We've got
here.
some bananas.
Fantastic, my
for you.
favourite.
So
Yes, we do have
do
bananas.
just tuck in. Stephen saw grafters last night.
Thank you very,
Very
much.
strong.
George Hamilton's got a great, headline now, hasn't he? Dead donkeys ate my banana.
See, he's lowered the tone already, hasn't he?
I don't think you get any lower.
It was all very nice, and now it's gone horrid.
Did you see Stephen in grafters last night?
I didn't see him last night. We saw that
No,
we were working.
we were next door.
Oh yes, it was the 60th.
Yes, our
episode.
60th show. Yes. And we had live badgers and panthers. And
Did you have a party?
we had half a glass of champagne afterwards, yes.
Cheers for the
Yeah,
invite. That's
yeah.
great, lovely. So what happened at the party? Any goss? Anybody do anything really salacious and?
Did they set the badger loose or no? Nothing really interesting happened. We all crashed into a very small room because they'd shut the bar upstairs. A disaster, really, you can imagine.
What's this about? Sorry, what's this about the badger?
Oh, we had a badger on last night. I've adopted a badger.
Yeah.
This evening's programme, which goes out this evening at 9 o'clock.
And did it behave itself?
Well, it was bigger than we expected it to be.
Barry.
We were expecting a badger this big, and that's what we rehearsed with. And so I had a box this big, but actually, in fact, when it arrived, it was about 3'6" long, and the box was about 9 foot wide. So there was no way we could actually
Did you bond?
incorporate
Did you bond with it? Was it friendly?
I
Are
never
they friendly
saw
badgers?
him.
were bonding with that little fluffy one.
Yeah, the fluffy one. And I
That
got
wasn't
pretty
his
well.
badger. Enough.
Enough, Stephen. Stephen's turn. Now, what do you think of of George's?
Not old George. That's Mr. Chivalry you're talking about, Melanie.
What do you think of young George's bananas, Fosters?
Top banana.
It is top banana.
It's pretty damn good.
Fantastic.
Back to Donkey, crashing on. But the show is, of course, legendary for its kind of up-to-the-minute topicality. So, I mean, when do they get to write it? How does it work? What happens?
Well, the topicals go in pretty much the day before, because obviously stories drop out of the news, so you have to have constant updates. So we're relearning. And sometimes you get really good gags, but then the story will fall away, and so you have to find something new.
Right. Is it a nightmare learning the lines? So sort
We're
of
kind of,
soon.
sadly, a bit old hands now, aren't
Yeah,
we?
it was
Got used to it now.
terrifying to begin with, that you were getting 20-25% of the show the day before and actually on the day of recording.
They used to give us more, didn't they? They used to give us, we had
Yeah.
far more topicals.
Yeah, we had a lot more.
It's become more character-based as the...
Yeah.
As we got older,
Sure.
they've given us less topicals, basically.
But
I
you're
can't
much less.
remember.
You're much less scary in real life. I was expecting sort
Smaller.
I just want to ask, because there's lots of channels. I'm now going to name some for people that aren't aware. You've got BBC One, BBC Two, you've got ITV, Channel 4, Channel 5, Sky, UK Pewter,
Granada Breeze.
Granada Breeze with George Hamilton. Which news do you watch? Which channel?
There's only one.
Who is your favourite newscaster?
And I went a bit breathy, and it has to be Jon Snow. I know we've
He's mine, sorry, no, there will be war now.
John.
I have to hit the
Ladies.
set and have a cool down.
There might be a
So
mini
lovely.
bitch fight. I'm good with the chat, but quite bad with fists. So I'll give a lot of that and I'll run away.
Are you jealous?
I'm very
He's
jealous.
yours, he's mine.
Well, he's not
Ladies,
really
you'll
mine.
have
was
to
on
sort
our
that out
show
afterwards.
We've had a photo
Okay.
took with him,
Yes,
haven't we?
he's
He was on
very
our
lovely.
show.
He was on our show, in
He
fact.
was,
But
yeah.
you've
With
had
Neil
loads of-
Kinnock.
Oh, yes, you had
Yeah.
Neil Kinnock on.
We had
Was
a
he-
sort of fake awards ceremony. I mean, it was like Henry was getting an award for lifetime
You hit him.
achievement.
Who hit him? Somebody hit
Oh,
him.
he
Somebody
hit me. Neil Kinnock
For
hit
real?
me.
He gave you a
Yeah.
bit of a
That's
smash.
another tabloid headline in the making.
Yeah, he was required to restrain me after Damien punched out his arch rival Lynn Yates because she won this award over him. So Neil had to kind of restrain me, but you know, he's a rugby playing Welshman who hasn't been to drama school and doesn't know how to pull the punches. And
Were you sort of doing stage fighting?
I nearly went through the wall of the set with him.
I seem to remember his punchline was smallpox or something. Didn't he go?
I'd
He's
rather-
Belgian.
Smallpox.
I'd rather have smallpox. Yes, well remembered.
Hey, bit of a donkey geek. But any other sort of disasters that have occurred on the old show? Have you ever?
Well, the rehearsal room is a very dangerous place to be, isn't it? Really. I mean,
the boys.
the casualty list.
Innocently, they brought in a table tennis table, and I got 4 stitches above my eyebrow from
Name names.
Neil Pearson.
Neil Pearson.
Yes,
Yes.
Neil
And then-
Pearson's
Then someone
vicious
got their own
forehand.
back on Neil. We
Yeah,
played baseball.
Neil and Robert
With the
Duncan, who
vacuum.
plays Gus, decided to have an imaginary game of baseball
No, they were playing with the Hoover.
with an imaginary ball and a Hoover attachment. Yeah,
Which was the liposuction for Sally's
yeah.
Oh, for your thumb.
Yes.
lower liposuction.
Right.
So Neil pitched this imaginary ball, and Robert swung with the Hoover attachment, and bit of it flew off and got 7 stitches
The edger
in
on
Neil's
the end.
mouth.
Yeah. And
Which
you
had
do
to be written into the show very
the
quickly.
show the next day, didn't he?
Yeah.
With a full bleeding face. Do you join in, or are you a bit aloof? You standing back from the sort of boys, rough and tumble?
Generally speaking, the girls try to keep out of the football area of the
Kind of things
playing
get thrown.
field area.
Yeah.
We don't have that compulsion to sort of find a hoover and then have to play D'Artagnan. and Three
Coleslaw
Musketeers with
wrestling
it. We
is
can
more
just treat
your-
it like a piece of hoover and leave it well alone.
Is that
what you
coleslaw
do.
wrestling?
Yeah, that's what the girls
Is that your
do.
big thing?
Cold sore wrestling.
Coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
And in the ring, herpes A, and...
But, Jeff, you've just had a baby.
Yes, we have.
Show us your baby.
My wife's just had a baby.
Oh,
yes,
how old's the bad?
He's 8 weeks today. Yes.
Very young.
How are you coping? Is it okay?
Well, you know, the normal thing, sleepless nights, but he's fantastic. He's wonderful.
Gorgeous.
He's gorgeous.
Groovy.
Yeah.
Now, we've got a bit of a photo here.
Yeah, I've got a photo of him.
Please
yeah.
show.
Would you like to see
Yes,
this photo?
please. Yes, please.
This is Sam.
Show and
Probably
tell.
about, there he was.
It's a baby!
The baby. In Victoria Witches.
It's cool, that's...
Vicky gave us that towel, actually. That's your towel.
It's got dogs and cows. And
He's all fluffy.
He looks pretty happy there, doesn't
up.
he?
Oh, he does look like you a bit. Add the glasses.
Oh, right.
And he is.
I want to ask Stephen, actually, because I've got some builders in at the moment, which isn't a euphemism for anything, they're just in the house. And they are they're very, very put out, because they say, well, I mean, when we finish putting up a roof with a AK-37B28 timber, we don't have, you know, clean singlet and perfectly pressed denims.
Well, they're not Robson Green, are they? No.
They're not, that's true.
No. Yes, there's quite a bit of here's a wall we prepared earlier going on.
And then we had a shower.
I'm looking a bit sweaty, yeah. But, yeah, because I'm hopeless at DIY and that sort of stuff, and so is Rob. So, yeah, it's quite a bit of cheating, so I can understand we've put people out in the real world.
The real world
The
of
singlets
builders.
are always very, very clean, though. And I like
Oh,
that.
very clean.
Good singlets.
Very
Absolutely.
clean.
It's been sold on sex, hasn't it, really, rather than building?
Yeah.
Although, you know, with my builders, the two can combine really quite effectively. But, you know, it's good. I like the singlet.
Jeff, are you any... I've heard on the old sly from the cookery showbiz birds that you're a bit of a top chef yourself.
Oh, no, I love cooking, yes. I wouldn't have a top chef, but I love cooking. Yeah.
Has Victoria eaten?
I've eaten his food.
Yes, and
Very,
Stephen
very
has.
good chef.
Oh, in fact, Stephen hasn't
Very
eaten
good
my food. He came up for New Year's Eve with Dervla and we cooked loads of food and we didn't eat it. We didn't get around to eating it about 24 hours later.
Next day.
He brought the entire cast of his show back the next day and we sat down and ate it.
So you do
later.
all sort of socialise outside of Donkey? You
Yes.
do?
Oh, you
yeah.
very much so, yes.
You do.
Yes, it's horribly cosy.
Send our love to Dervla.
We don't have any other friends.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Sue's my only friend.
Or any other babies between each other.
No, just
not
one
that
baby
one.
outside of the
Just the one.
the cast. Okay. Now it's time to light the touch paper using a bit of a sort of Guy Fawkes theme here. Stand well back and explode the firework of truth before you. It's time for the late lunch, Big Three. Inappropriately gothic, Dan. First of all, Stephen, what are you scared of?
What am I scared of? Ooh.
Are you scared of Mel, for instance, doing that?
That's quite
Do
scary.
the teeth.
The thought of being incarcerated scares me, really, especially if for something I haven't done, obviously. Yeah, prison. Yeah,
Just
I
being in
do with
prison.
that. Yeah.
I thought Carcerated was a new play. I'm scared of being incarcerated.
Incarcerated.
No, it's all right. No, forget it. Forget it.
It's a new farce.
Crash on.
Very good farce.
Crash on.
So, prison for Stephen. Now, Jeff, what was the last programme you taped on the video recorder?
Oh, the honest answer?
Yes.
Oh, gosh. Actually,
I
it
hope
was...
it was grafters.
Strangely enough, no, we taped over... No, we didn't. We only got one tape in our house. No, it was the Nazis that were a warning from history. That's the
Very good
last thing I had
series.
to tape. Yeah, it's brilliant.
It's an excellent series, that. Let's lift the tone.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My favourite operation.
What's your...
House party.
couldn't it carry on Columbus, could it, Jeff?
root canal fillings I've known.
Victoria, what's your favourite cocktail? And it can be a rude one if you like.
I don't know any rude ones. Can I say something like a gin and tonic?
Yes, although technically I'd say it probably needs another spirit in there.
It's not a cocker. Gin and tonic's not a cocker.
Gin and tonic's not a cocktail.
Let's have a proper...
Well, I'll take questions from the audience and answers from the audience, even answers from the audience on this one to help me out.
Harvey Wall.
Margarita.
Gin and Margarita, do I like that?
Yeah, she does.
Have I had that, but I can't remember.
Yes.
To be honest, this isn't a scoring round, so I think gin and tonic can be all right.
OK,
Cool, we
now,
like that.
don't forget Donkey is on Channel 4 tonight at 9 p.m. Join us after the break when George Hamilton will be telling us if he enjoyed his lunch with our Manchester audience. And playing the latest extreme sport, cheese bowls, with Matthew Marsden. You'd be crackers to miss it. See you in Brie. Welcome back to Late Lunch. We're here in the lounge with George Hamilton, who made us a delicious banana foster for lunch.
Shortly, we'll be subjecting our guests to the fantastic new sport that really does exist and we didn't really make it up, cheese bowls. Do join in, it's a damn good a laugh. George, you spent when we were chatting there, you spent the time having lunch with people in the audience.
Interesting of you to notice.
Yes, I did notice. I paid close attention. I followed the curve of your buttocks as they moved up and down the stairs with great interest.
I did have... I'm not sure what I ate. It was still moving. Actually, what I had, I think, died of natural causes. I'm not sure what it was. I've never seen anything quite like it.
Really? What?
Sweet or savoury?
Well, it didn't have any kind of... it was just fleshy.
It spanned the two food groups. It was sweet and savoury.
Yeah, it did. I was able to pawn some of it off. I sat on some, gave some away. There's a young lady still chewing some up there.
I think it might be a live prawn cocktail pig that we do. Yes, they do those a lot in this country.
It seemed like it was Siamese and joined somewhere.
I'm glad that our cuisine has tested so positively with you. That's excellent.
George, have you decided who you're going to stay with in Manchester?
Oh, yeah, I've definitely decided.
You pinpointed?
Oh, yeah, I
Good
definitely
call.
decided. You know, I've been, talking about this on my show.
Show and tell, George.
Well,
show and tell. Who is it?
Well, I think that it may sound kinky, but it's the woman with the plunger.
Yeah! The plunger always wins.
Yeah.
Plunger, come down. Plunger, come down.
She's coming down now.
Yes.
She's coming down. George, this is Laura. Now, you sit down, make friends.
Sit down, make
Lovely.
friends, but
Now,
mainly be quick.
Not only have we bought an entire audience worth of Mancunians, we have also brought to you one of Manchester's very own stars. Please welcome top popster and ex-Corrie hunk, Matthew Marsden.
Oh, yeah, nice to meet you. Lovely.
Laura, Matthew. Oh, boy.
Laura is in a big media sandwich there. Now,
You're right there, Laura.
I've never had an award quite like this before. I'd like to accept this on behalf
we
of the
call them
union.
BAFTAs, and they're very highly honoured in this country. Now, George will be living in Manchester soon. Have you got any 3 top tips, maybe, for surviving in Manchester?
Yeah, well, I guess the first thing you got to do is watch when you order what you eat.
I've learned that today.
Because you might go in, you might want something small, but they say, no, you're having it large. That's the first thing.
Got that.
It's an Oasis thing.
I got it.
Also, I've got a number of a rather nice lady you might want to go and see.
This is very nice, and I take it she's in my age bracket.
Yeah, young like yourself. And she's, Sally her name is, lovely girl.
Sally, right.
Lovely girl. And thirdly, of course, home of famous football.
Yes.
Is it not Manchester? Manchester City, main road, taking a football match.
We are now Manchester United, are we?
Oh, they're divided.
You're neither? What is that?
She
Is
hasn't got a microphone. You might want to speak into
yes,
mine.
Neither.
is it?
What's a way to introduce yourself to someone?
What is the neither regions? What does she mean by neither
The
regions?
neither regions.
The neither regions.
It's okay.
Oh, there. Oh, in that case, you better take it back.
Okay, lads. Crashing on from the Raspberry Lounge Suite. Now, last week, Late Lunch introduced the world to pumpkin basketball. It went extremely well. This week, we bring you yet another first with the world's greatest sporting event involving fine judgment and Edam. It's cheese bowls.
Yeah.
Right. George, you take your marker there. And Matthew, if you just stand there, I'm going to nip round with the power of legs. The rules are very simple, laddies. Each player has 2 Edams, which they bowl alternately, or even alternately, or even alternately. I can't say that word. At the Mozzarella Jack over there, please do phone in and tell me how that word's pronounced. 1 foot must remain on this mat. Do not deviate from the bowling mat. Whoever gets either of their Edam closest to the Mozzarella Jack wins. If you're playing this game at home, you can use a farmhouse cheddar if you want. Remember that in this genteel game, you are permitted to smash the living daylights out of the other player's Edam if it's in the way of the Jack. Do you have any questions? We don't have time for those now. Let's have some traditional cheese bowls music, OK? Thank you, that's the official anthem. Now, in the true spirit of cheese bowls, player with the biggest hands goes first. Can I just like... Hey! Matthew has it slightly, although that's
Ladies, big hand.
No, yes, well, yeah. So, Matthew, you're going to go first. I'm going to give you the unmarked Edam. You have 2 these. And George, you have that one.
So we get a drum roll.
Good stance. Poor delivery. It's out. George on the mat for cheese ball. Come on, George.
Very smooth.
Yeah, very smooth, George.
It's only swinging to the left.
Ball. It's a nice cut down that one. George, you're next. Come on, George. Ball for me, George. Ball.
Well, I'm consistent, if nothing else. Consistent.
George, you win. Hard cheese to you, Matthew. You were close. Alternately. Anyway, gentlemen, please resume your seats on the Raspberry
Come
Suite.
to the Raspberry Suite.
Yes, come to the
Hello there. Now, the phone lines are busier than the postman delivering get-well cards to Sir Cliff. Who's on line 1?
Hi, it's Emma from Norfolk.
Hi there, Emma. Is it Norfolk?
Norfolk.
Norfolk. OK. What's your...
Sort of East of England.
Yes, I know that. Now, what's your question? What's your question?
Questions for George.
Yeah.
Would you ever take Viagra?
Well, at this moment, I wouldn't take it. Right now, I'm taking an anti-Viagra pill, but eventually I will take it.
OK.
Well,
Matthew?
I think we know what you're saying there.
OK, lovely. Let's go to line 2. Who's on line 2?
Hi, it's Caroline from Guildford.
Hello.
Hi.
Who's your question for, Caroline?
Gorgeous Matthew.
Go for it. What's your question?
Which film would you most like to be in?
I think I'd love to do Bond.
You'd love to be James Bond?
To be James Bond.
Yeah. That would be cool.
I'll be your girl any day, Matthew.
You sauce bucket moving straight into line 3. Hello, line 3.
Hi, it's Ali from Rotherham.
Hi, Ali from Rotherham. Who's your question for?
It's for both of them.
Fire
What's your
away.
best pickup line?
Your best pickup line?
Mine or his?
Both.
Go ahead, Ed. Go ahead.
We'll ask Laura later.
And Laura.
I'm not very good with those things, but I'll tell you what, I heard a great pickup line that Lenny Kravitz said when they asked Lenny Kravitz what his pickup line was, and he said, "Hi, I'm Lenny Kravitz."
That is a good one. That would work for
It doesn't work for me.
Yeah, it's
I
hard.
tried it, didn't work.
If you say it, it's different, isn't it?
Laura, have you got a pickup line?
I haven't, no.
OK. OK, fine.
She's won me over.
You're a good egg. You're a good egg.
Good for you, mate. George, your pickup line. Come on.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I sort of think the idea of saying, meet me at the airport, bring your passport, I'll handle the rest.
I like that. Oh, Smooth. So smooth. He's on casters.
Right, I've got a fax here. Fax here from Russell Gibson from Wimbledon. Come on, you dons. Question to everyone, including Laura. To me as well. And you, Susie.
Excellent.
Good. What's the biggest mistake you've ever made, George?
Biggest mistake I've ever made?
Yes.
Well, I actually thought it was getting married, but then I realized it was one of the best things that ever happened to me, and realized at the end of it that I had produced this wonderful child who's now my best friend, and my ex-wife is now my ex-wife who's now my other best friend.
Cool.
That's cool.
Laura, worst mistake you've ever made?
Bring him a plunger on this show.
Matthew.
I made too many.
Oh, mate.
I made too many. My life's a disaster.
I don't think it is, Matthew.
It's not. You've got beautiful cornflower blue eyes, a fantastic career.
Spiky hairstyle, groovy
No, I
trousers,
don't.
moulded shoes. You can't ask for more than that in life. OK, we're going to take one more very quick call on line 4. Hello.
Hello.
Very quick question. We've got very little time, so who's your question for?
It's for gorgeous George.
And fire away very quickly.
It is, what was it like to be Shannon Doherty's father-in-law?
Shannon Doherty's father-in-law.
George. In one word. Or two.
Tenterhooks.
It made me feel young but desperate.
Oh.
And that's what we have to end it.
I'm afraid we've run out of time. A big thank you to Stephen Tompkinson, Victoria Wicks and Jeff Rawle from Drop the Dead Donkey. Thanks to George Hamilton for our dessert. And to Laura and her plunger, who I'm sure George will be very happy with in Manchester. And thank you to Matthew Marsden, whose new single She's Gone is in the charts
See you
this
next week. We've got Sinbad and Jules Holland. See you later.
Bye!